So today we will be talking about Lightfall by Renee Dugan, fourth book in the Starchaser Saga. This one right here. And I'm moving these. Still doing it. Still doing the decoration thing. Okay, green isn't my favorite color. Doesn't look good on me, makes me look like a frog. But it is definitely the color of Lightfall. Damn. That book. Everything was fine. Everything was fine, and then things happened. Spoilers ahead. But before I get into my very, very passionate review about this book, let's read the back. All right, Lightfall. The fight for Alliance has just begun. Scarred and shaken by months of imprisonment, Princess Sistine Novosek takes the newest battlefield before her, Valgard's treacherous political landscape. With her cabal at her side, she faces the daunting task of healing from her trauma and securing the treaty her kingdom needs. While in the shadows, sinister threats arise. A kingdom away, Ash and Malik walk a tenuous line. It's dangerous enough convincing Mahazar's Mad King of a treaty that doesn't yet exist. Harder still while battling their own specters and the disastrous attraction growing between them. The future of both kingdoms rests in the hands of two warriors who were once sworn enemies. If they can't learn to be something more, together and apart, war may come before Sistine fulfills her mission. Alliances shift, old and new enemies storm the gates. Healing comes at a cost, and with their own fears threatening everything they hold sacred, the cabal must learn how to trust one another with an unshakable faith. Nothing less will survive the coming storm. I love this book. I love it so much. Another trigger warning, if you watched my last review for Nightwing, you will know that the books have taken a darker, more mature path, and this book has the PTSD and remnants of sexual abuse. This book was an emotional roller coaster that made me laugh, cry, and smuggle the book into school, so I could keep reading it. Reading an English book in French class. Great stuff. Sistine and Thorne's relationship has to be my favorite thing. If I had to pick one, which is really hard, it's my favorite thing out of this whole book. I just have to take a moment to talk about it because this relationship right here, Thorne and Sistine, it should be like the norm. That should be like the requirement, because especially if you're dating someone who has PTSD, and both of them do, especially, and they were abused by the same person, so they share a kinship in that. But when his face, Thorne, his face and voice reminds her, because he is the son of the Chancellor. I mean, if you read the book, you know this. But he's the son, and his voice and face remind Sistine of the abuse she endured for months. But he doesn't push her about it. He's patient. He gives her time and space, but still lets her know that he's there, and he forgives her for what she had to do to get through that very dark place. So he is just so patient, and I really admire that, especially in so that's not something, whether that's not really a relationship dynamic we get in the current messed up world we live in. Yay. But when a special something happens at the end of the book, God, I was so happy. I'm not going to spoil that one because, I mean, if you haven't read the book and you're like, I can deal with the spoilers, you don't want this one. It's a good thing that happens right before all the bad things, but more on that later. Shifting over to a different relationship, I'm so excited just in the next book, Bloodsinger, to read about Ash's relationship growing with herself, because she is coming out of a dark point of a lot of self-hatred. So I'm really excited to see her relationship with herself grow, as well as the relationship with her new co-worker. I'm so excited about that. So I'm also so excited to watch the Cabal work together, because I don't think we've ever really seen them work together like in a situation that didn't have Sistine in it. So I'm looking forward to being able to read about them going right back to that little bounce back and forth of that little relationship they had before Sistine came into the picture. And I mean, they're gonna do so well. Honestly, they're gonna work so well together, even though there's probably gonna be some bumps in the road. But I'm really excited to watch them work together to defeat this new enemy that appears at the very end of the book. We had like 20 pages left, and somehow Renee Dugan managed to mess everything up. Everyone was so happy. And now, very, very big spoiler, you have been greatly warned. Sistine has been forced to go back to Talheim without anyone from the Cabal. Like, anyone. But I'm like really, 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 really excited to see how this new Sistine, the one that isn't the coddled, spoiled brat that left Talheim, I'm really excited to see how the new one, the badass warrior that gets into fights with people all the time, I'm really excited to see how she fits into her old role and how people's perspectives of her change. All right, all in all, I loved this book even more than the other ones. And honestly, I'm not surprised at this point, because, I mean, this has been a continuing thing, and Renee Dugan is just such a fantabulous writer that I expect nothing less anymore. Each book's going to be better and better. I mean, I eagerly await to add Bloodsinger to my shelf, because not only did this book leave off on a huge cliffhanger, I can't wait to see how all the characters are going to grow and mature in the face of this daunting challenge. And I can't wait to see how the red looks on my shelf. Favorite color, favorite cover of all the books. It's gonna be so pretty. But all right, super excited, and I can't wait to read it. It's gonna come in the mail in a few days. Yay! All right, love you all. Bye.